Hey guys, welcome. When I started college, I had to declare a major, and the major I declared was philosophy. I ended up getting a degree in political science and a degree in German, but I initially started out in philosophy. One of the very first classes I had talked about a very interesting philosophical concept that I think about all the time. It's the idea of a possible world. It's a world that our mind can imagine but doesn't necessarily exist. For example, I can imagine a world made out of marshmallows that we just, jump around on marshmallows all day. With this in mind, I want to talk about two extreme worlds. One is a world where everybody is completely free to do whatever they want all the time. Let's call that world freedom world. On the other hand, I want you to imagine a world, the opposite world, where you have no freedom. You're in a cage, you're boxed up, you don't have any freedom to do anything you want, you're not even allowed to sleep. Most humans love freedom. Freedom's a wonderful thing. The problem with freedom, though, is when my freedom bumps into your freedom. For example, if I want to chop that tree down, but I want to chop it down on top of your car, and the tree I want to chop down is then smashing your car, and then we have conflict. That's why we humans fight. It's because sometimes my freedoms bump into your freedoms. Somehow between a world of complete control, in the control world, I'm not allowed to chop trees down that hit your car. In the freedom world, I can do whatever I want. There has to be kind of a middle ground. That middle ground, interestingly, is what we call civilization. World civilization comes from a Latin word civil, meaning city. At some point in the ancient past, our barbarian ancestors, we'd run through the forest and trees, hunting and doing whatever we wanted, but also fighting a lot. But at some point in time, we got together in something called a city, and we had to figure out how to get along. Have as much freedom as possible, but not so much that we're hurting each other. I really want you to think about this concept around our school. In order for us to have the best society where we have as much freedom as possible, but not so much that we're hurting each other, we have to be mindful of each other. A civil society is completely dependent upon people being good citizens. In other words, little tiny things we do every day that helps other people not have conflict. It includes things like picking up trash. If you have the freedom to throw something on the ground, guess what? Society's gonna look junky, and it's gonna create conflict and problems and mess and disease and all sorts of things. Why should we be good citizens? Why should we pick up trash? Why should we not throw trash on the ground? Why should we not leave our lunches on the table and walk away? Because everything we do affects somebody else. You guys, look, we want you to be as free as humanly possible. But in order to be free, you really need to choose to be a good citizen. Be that person that does the little things, that does not butt in line, that is respectful of other people, that helps people, that holds doors for people, that picks up trash that's not even yours that you left, that throws your own trash away, that is filled with courtesy and all the good things. If you do that, you're allowed to have as much freedom as possible and not live in this world where you're micromanaged and controlled. It's a really deep concept, but if everybody were to be the best citizens possible, we'd have the best civilization possible. Thank you.